my name is Wendy Baxter. I am an Equis agent. I actually started back early of 2019 on a very part-time basis. I was working full-time as an Aflac agent, had a lot of accounts, kept very, very busy with that. But then the opportunity with Equis was shared with me by my manager, Connor Jones. And almost sounded too good to be true. I was a little skeptical. But, I took the plunge and was already licensed, so I was able to dive right in on a part-time basis. I couldn't give up the accounts that I had. So my first year was very part-time, but I saw the income potential while I was trying to wean away from Aflac and doing more towards the work with Equis, with mortgage protection, final expense. And I just had decided when 2020 rolled around, I'm going full time. And so I basically gave away all my Aflac accounts and started full time. And first month was great. And then COVID happened. And the panic settled over me that I just dumped all of my Aflac accounts and now I can't go and see people. So that's when a group of people started the virtual dials and just cut through that, full-time March all the way through the year. And my success, I actually saw that we were able to see more people, didn't have to get in the car and drive for hours and hours at a time. So it has been an incredible journey. I wish someone would have presented this to me a long time ago. I would be so much further ahead financially. But if you're considering a career with Equis, give it some serious thought. I mean, what is better than owning your own business, scheduling, the freedom to be able to schedule when you need to, being able to help people. You're changing lives every day. And this is an opportunity if you love to help people and you like freedom to do it. You don't have to clock in or time out. You can work from the comfort of your home. I can't stress enough how awesome, how incredibly amazing this company is. They call it the Agents Company for a reason. Every person you talk to with Equis has such a big heart. They're willing to help you. You have access to training 24/7. The technology, the ability to have leads available to you that are fresh leads if you want them, or get older ones depending on your budget. Gosh, I just can't say enough. I just wish this opportunity was provided to me a long time ago. And if you're considering it, give it some serious thought.
Hi guys, my name is Anna Berezovska, and I just wanted to let you know a little bit about my experience with Equis Financial. I joined Equis about 2 months ago. I was kind of struggling. I had been, prior to the pandemic, a captive agent for some of the larger companies like Mass Mutual, Prudential, and whatnot. But doing business via networking and word of mouth just got a lot more challenging throughout the pandemic. I'm a single mom and I stayed home and got stuck at home with my 3-year-old twins. So we lost quite a lot through the pandemic. I lost our home, cars, and some of the things, the finer things in life. I was so happy to encounter Marcia, who's my upline, and she recruited me to Equis Financial. Essentially within a month, we were able to get a lot of the things back that we had lost. A better place and a better house. The financial benefits have been tremendous for me. Love plugging into the coaching call every morning. I think it has been tremendous and paramount to my success. The support is tremendous. There's a process in place, and as long as you follow the process, you can't fail. Just got to grind it out. Plug into the team, do what you're told, and put in the work, and the success is inevitable. So I do encourage everyone to jump on board. This is a great career. I enjoy working from home. As a matter of fact, my kids are now 5 years old, and preschool just got called out because of some COVID cases, and I'm just happy that I get to work from home and continue doing business while they're running around. So thanks for hearing me out, guys. Thanks.
Hey, welcome to the Equis Financial Virtual Hiring Event. My name is Scott Rumbo. We're excited you're here. Listen, I don't know, how you found your way to the virtual hiring event. Maybe you are looking for something virtual, something that that you can do from the comfort of your home. Maybe you're like Wendy Baxter, who had a corporate background before, much like I did. And she found herself in a position where she said, listen, I want to be able to control more of my income, my time. And if I can find an opportunity where I can do that from the comfort of my home, I'm all in. And Wendy is doing that. Not only she replaced that corporate income, she's grown her income to be greater than anything she ever thought possible. Maybe you're like Anya, who lost everything during COVID and had to find a way to support her twins. And if she could do that from the comfort of her home so she could spend more time with her twins and she could control that income, again, she was all in. She has found that here at Equis Financial. Maybe you're part of that 52% of people out there that said, hey, listen, I experienced working from home during COVID, but now you know what? I'm back to the office. I'm back in the traffic. I'm back in that grind. And you've realized after being there for a few weeks, this is not the life I want. If you're looking for something where you can do it from the comfort of your home and replace that income, we have it right here at Equis Financial. You know, we didn't just start doing virtual. Over the last 2 years, we built a virtual platform to teach other people to have a success like Wendy and Ani have seen and many others. If that's you, hang in here with me because we're going to tell you exactly how you can take advantage of that virtual platform that we built and do it from the comfort of your home and earn whatever income that you want that you control 100%. Hey, before we get kicked off here, I want to introduce the gentleman that he's been a mentor to me for many years. He is someone who's very well known in our industry, the CEO of this Cornerstone Group, Mr. John Kight. John has built an incredible business. He and his wife Kim built an incredible business here at Equis. You know, over the last 5 years, John started from nothing, came in as an agent, a field underwriter that we refer to, and started writing business and making money. John had a big time corporate background before as a mentor and trainer in the industry. And John and Kim got to that point where they said, hey, listen, we're done with that as well. We want to find something else where we control our income, we control our destiny. And John did that. He and Kim went out and built an incredible business here. Matter of fact, his business was so successful that he and Kim were approached by Integrity Marketing. He'll talk a little more about that, but he became an Integrity Marketing partner just over 12 months ago. He'll talk more about that and tell you how he did that and how you have the same opportunity to do that as well. Without further delay, let me introduce my friend, my buddy, my mentor still today, Mr. John Kight.
Thank you so much, Scott Rumbo. I'm so excited to be with you guys today. And, you know, after seeing those videos from Wendy and Ani, I'm not sure if we've got anybody left on. I think if I were to have seen those videos and looking for an opportunity, I probably would already be off the phone figuring out, how to get started. So what I want to do is I want to slow it down for the next, if you'll just give me 15 minutes. And just like if we were sitting down over a cup of coffee, I do want to describe to you like who we are, how we do what we do, why we do what we do, who we do it with. Like I want to basically just give you a really good overview of all of those things so that you can decide if this is something that's for you. You know, this could be the greatest opportunity in the world, but if it's not something that interests you, then it's not going to be for you. And that's the purpose of the next few minutes, is just to decide, whether this is something for you or not. I do want to start off by saying that we create distribution channels for top-rated insurance carriers, and our passion is for our client, which is middle-income America. Specifically, our passion is life insurance with living benefits. It is the new type of life insurance out there, and that's what we do for the client. And especially when I mention middle-income America, I want to specifically zone in on the mortgage market. People that have people that just bought a home, or people that just refinanced. Those are our clients. Those are the people that we get a chance to talk to via our incredible lead generation. But I want to kind of go back to what Scott had just talked about, which was our virtual opportunity. If we were to rewind the clock back to March of 2020, I think most of you guys would agree that our world changed, much the same way that 9/11 changed our world. Like, our world will never be the same. And from the insurance industry standpoint, we certainly had a few months in there where, we were trying to figure out the best way to serve our clients. And so, we quickly, found out what it meant to be deemed essential, right? And then next thing you know, we had people like Scott Rumbo creating a whole new way of serving our clients. And that's what's created this virtual platform, because we want to be able to serve our clients, but we want to be able to do it in a way that is going to protect them, their health, and protect our field underwriters. And so I'll have to admit, the first time I heard of virtual, because I was totally face-to-face meeting with my clients, the first time I heard of virtual, I was like, I'm not too sure about that. I'm not too sure I could do that. But to see the platform that they've created and the success, the part-time and full-time people that are jumping in and following this platform and duplicating this system, to see their success is phenomenal. So the virtual platform, just to be able to know that since March of 2020, okay, or closely thereafter, they've been perfecting this system that right now they're teaching you. And so to be able to jump in and take full advantage of all of that knowledge and wisdom is pretty incredible. So I do want to let you know that as we go through the next few minutes, I want to tell you this. I want to focus on you, and I want to focus on your results. When I interview people, I can't help but to feel the frustration that they're feeling in their life. And it's almost like the older somebody gets that I'm interviewing, the more frustration that they're feeling. And it all really comes down to mismanaged expectations. We were brought up, and, no matter whether you grew up in a big city or if you grew up like me in a real small town, we all pretty much grew up learning the same things. And that was how to be broke, right? We learned how to be broke, and we're succeeding at it at a high level. And what I mean by that is we were taught ultimately how to go get a job, right? Go to school, get a good education, get a good job, and go work for somebody else. And so, and that's fine for some people. I think some people were able to do that, and they enjoy their time off. But there's a certain type of person out there, and maybe I'm talking to you today, but there's a certain type of person that has that entrepreneurial spirit, and they're just never. Doesn't mean we're not grateful for jobs and the ability to earn income via W-2, but there's just some people out there that are never going to be happy working for somebody else's dream. They're wanting to create their own lifestyle. They want to own and operate their own business. They want the flexibility that comes with owning your own business. They want the ability to control your income that comes with owning your own business. And that's exactly where I was when I got started. And so results, let's talk about them. Let's talk about what we do. Okay, so from a field underwriter standpoint, when I talk about creating distribution channels for top-rated insurance carriers, these insurance carriers, household names. Mutual of Omaha. If you're my age, you probably grew up watching Mutual of Omaha's Wild Kingdom, right? Transamerica, downtown Baltimore. I mean, these insurance companies own some of the biggest skyscrapers in the cities that you and I are from. And so if you understand a little bit about them and how awesome they are at what they do, but if you realize that they have one problem, okay, as awesome as they are at creating products, paying claims and all of those things, the one problem they have is getting their product into the hands of middle-income America. So that's where we come in. That's where Equis Financial comes in. Equis Financial provides us a platform, all of the things we need, from training, carrier relationships, to the most important thing, and that is qualified prospects. Okay, so when you get started, your getting started process is not going to be to make a list of names and go talk to all your family and friends about your new insurance career, right? That's not what we do. And so you're going to be able to tap into the leads that Equis creates. And I call them leads just because that's the industry standard to call them leads, but they're really responders. And so how we create those responders is we take the mortgage market. Okay, when somebody buys a home or they refinance, we mail a letter to those people talking about mortgage protection, paying off your home if it due to death, due to critical illness diagnosis, chronic illness diagnosis, terminal illness diagnosis. And so a certain segment of those people will fill out that piece of paper and they'll mail it back in, or they'll call a 1-800 number and go through 4.5 minutes of voice prompts of questions. And those become our responders. And so we get to tap into that, and we get to simply call those people and introduce ourselves as their field underwriter, as the person that's going to get them their information. That's when our passion kicks in, because we believe wholeheartedly that if we can help people protect themselves against their family's worst day, then like how big a difference will that make in their life? Okay, what I mean by their family's worst day? Well, if you're the provider for your family, what happens on the day that you do pass away? What happens on the day that you find out you've got stage 4 cancer? What happens on the Monday when you find out, when you wake up and maybe you're not feeling quite right? Maybe you're just, next thing you know, you find yourself in the ER and you find yourself having a heart attack. And what typically happens after that? That's the family's worst day, right? Certainly we all know people to get diagnosed with cancer or have heart issues that change lifestyle and they make it through it, and that's fantastic. Love those stories. But what we fail to realize sometimes is the financial devastation that follows things like that. Statistically speaking, people lose mortgages more due to critical chronic illness diagnosis than they do death. And so our passion to get those products that are created by those top-rated insurance companies into the hands of middle-income America, that's our opportunity, and that's the simplicity of what we do, right? It's a lead. We introduce ourselves as the field underwriter, and then we walk them through how best to protect their mortgage. Okay, everybody's different. Everybody's needs are different, but we've got a whole system perfected that creates value for our clients. Now, as long as we're sitting down over a cup of coffee, okay, you need to know how we get paid. Our average client produces a protection plan that costs about $85 a month. Okay, so basically you're creating an electronic application that you're sending to the insurance carrier. That application is an agreement between the client and the insurance carrier that the client is going to pay $85 a month for this protection plan. Okay, in the event death, critical illness, chronic illness, terminal illness, in that event, the insurance company promises to protect them based on the contract level, the annualized, the premium of the policy. Okay, so now $85 a month annualized. Okay, if we were to times that by 12, that is $1,020. Okay, and that number is important because that's the number that the insurance carrier is going to pay you on. Okay, so $1,020. So based on our starting levels, when you take 70%, 75%, 80%, whatever, wherever you start, and you times that by the annualized premium, that's where typically when we tell people, hey, on an average sale, you're going to make somewhere between $600 to $800 on an average sale. That's how we come up with that number. And I think it's important for you to know that that's how we get paid. Okay, so from your standpoint, part-time, full-time, the needs that you have to earn income, you're the one over this cup of coffee. You're the one that's now going to tell me what that's going to change in your life. What does it mean to you if you're part-time and you're able to go out there from your own home and earn an extra $2,000 to $3,000 a month? From a full-time standpoint, You plug into this daily coaching call, this daily training that's run by Scott Rumbo, and you learn how to create $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 in cash flow just starting out every single week. What does that change in your life? And so as I move to close today, I want to be sure that you understand like the really cool aspect of this opportunity. Equis Financial, all of the things that they bring to the table, okay? Equis Financial partnered with Integrity Marketing Group, Dallas, Texas, Integrity Marketing Group. And Integrity Marketing Group, basically what they do is they allow a company like Equis to simply do what they do better, okay? Now, Integrity Marketing Group, I want you to think about this just really quick, okay? 125 different partner relationships like Equis, like Nick Theodore and the Theodore Group, like Jared Ewing and the PSI groups, right? 125 partners, 420,000 plus field underwriters, over 5,500 employees. Do you guys start to get a sense of the infrastructure backing you up? Okay, because all of this is going to come down to give you strength to own and operate and be the CEO of your business. Okay, last thing, frustration. Okay, you know, one of the things that I always talk to people about, and I love it, and that's just understanding the nature of what an income produces. Okay, there's two types of income out there. And I mentioned earlier how, you know, we're all really trained how to be broke. And the reason that is because we're all taught how to create income that's driven by ourselves, okay? And anytime we have self-driven income, anytime our income is driven by us, the more money we make, the less time and control over our life that we have. Now, we might make a great income and our family may enjoy a great lifestyle because of it, but it's just a lifestyle that we're really not able to participate in. Why? Well, because our income's self-driven. So if I'm an employee, if I'm a W-2 employee and I'm highly paid and I work for one of those big downtown corporations, you know, again, I may make a great income, but what's required of me for that income? You know, a lot of people say time, you know, and yeah, I guess you're right. But I think really what's required is your life. Like they expect you to give your life for that income. And then you look at the self-employed people out there, you know, the doctors, lawyers, dentists, insurance agents, real estate people, chiropractors, you know, we can go on and keep naming them. But, you know, these are people that are self-employed. Okay, and I heard a guy say one time that self-employed were simply people that owned their own job. Okay, it didn't give them a different type of income. Their income was still self-driven. And yes, typically if they succeed, if they're part of the minority of people that succeed, they make a higher income level, but they typically tend to work more hours. And so I love sharing the opportunity that we have here at Equis Financial to create a true lifestyle. Because if you have the ability to create a system-driven income, okay, I want you to think, okay, if I talk about system-driven income, I want you to think examples like Ray Kroc with McDonald's, DeLuca with Subway, Monahan with Domino's Pizza. Okay, we're familiar with all of those, right? But if you look at a guy like Ray Kroc with McDonald's, what he did was he created distribution. Okay, he duplicated himself and he created distribution channels, right? Monahan with Domino's, the same thing. DeLuca, Subway sandwiches created. Why can't we, and we do, by the way, create the same type of distribution channels with insurance products, okay? Final expense, mortgage protection, advanced retirement products with Index Universal Life that creates tax-free retirements or indexed annuities that creates retirement protection. Why can't we create a distribution channel? Why can't we duplicate ourselves and create a massive distribution channel that provides us the same type of income that those people created? We can. And that type of income, once it becomes system-driven, it allows us to have our life back. It allows us to wake up every single day. And because we've created a distribution channel, that distribution channel is producing income on an ongoing, permanent basis, giving us our time back. So, question that I would ask you is what would you do with that type of lifestyle? What if over the next 2 to 3 years we could create a mid 6-figure income that's ongoing and permanent for you and your family, and do it totally virtually, setting people up in their own business, having them duplicate our virtual platform? What would that mean to you? What would that be like to be 100% totally financially free? These are the types of things that if I were looking for an opportunity, I would really want to know about. I'd want to dive in and I'd want to know about it. Maybe I'd dive in and learn a little bit more about this lead system. Maybe I'd dive in and learn a little bit more about this building distribution channels and hiring people and building agencies. But I do want to say that Equis Financial, they give us this ability, and via their bonus structure, okay, that there's a specific bonus at Equis Financial that drove me to join this company back in 2016. And that bonus was an equity bonus. It was a true bonus based on every single application that was written at Equis Financial. And so if I were to come on board and I were to build a certain distribution channel under the Equis umbrella, Equis would thank me every month by allowing me to override every single application written at the company. That is what drove me to this company. And I will tell you what, the equity bonus is alive and well. I think it's the industry's only true, real equity bonus, only true, real distribution of the equity of the company. And that has absolutely changed our life. That has been the catalyst that all of the good things that my wife, Kim, and I have enjoyed. And chief of those being our partnership with Integrity Marketing Group, which we solidified this past March of 2021. So it's amazing to see what's happened to this company. It's amazing to see what's happened to my company during this pandemic. You know, they talk about the post-pandemic boom. It's time for you to get into the flow of that post-pandemic boom for the good, on the good side of that. Now, your next step. Well, I think two things. Number one, the person that invited you on today, they have an upline manager. They may be the manager of their agency, but I would recommend getting in touch with the manager of that agency and just creating an additional interview. The second thing that I would do is I would put on your calendar Monday, this coming Monday at 12 o'clock noon Eastern time. I want you to jump back on because I'm going to be with you. Scott Rumbo is going to be with you. And the president and CEO of Equis Financial, Barry Clarkson, is going to be with you. And we're just going to take about 20 minutes and we're going to go through what your next steps are if you want to continue with this career opportunity. So thank you so much for plugging in. I'm going to turn it back over to you, Scott Rumbo.
Hey, thank you, John. Listen, folks, thank you for joining us today in the virtual hiring event. If this sounds like what John said, if this sounds like something that may be for you, maybe you're thinking, hey, this could be that stay-at-home virtual career opportunity I've been looking for, then join us Monday at noon Eastern time. Come back and join us, and we're going to tell you exactly what it takes to get started and go out there and take control of your life just like Wendy and Ania did. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We'll see you Monday at noon.